the week kicked off.
Well, let's go racing. I just saw my good buddy Lucas Geisler on the 21 machine, but let's see where this whole shot comes from. It looks like a KTM rider on the inside. Oh, big get off there. It's JJ Willoughby, Jordan Renfro, Colin Allen, Trevor Collett, Bryce Shelley, Wyatt Creighton, and Evan Ferry in the hunt there as well. So we're looking for the 51. Colin Allen has been really great on the starts. That EBR Yamaha is looking good. He's into the number 2 spot now.
Yeah, Collett got some pretty good gains up there for a moment as well, but still the 70. Willoughby right there. Here comes the number 9 now. That's Bryce Shelley.
I'm still looking for the 51 and 75. I hope that wasn't one of those kids that got marred up in that. There's the 51 right there. He's almost second to last. Is that Ferry? Is that Ferry off the track? No, that was a KTM rider, but that finesse is about dead last, so I can tell you that. 63 going, or the 63 has a big get off there in the 10 Commandments. Overshoots one of the jumps, pops off the bike.
Donovan Hanson out of Roland, Iowa is the rider down there.
So there's the 95 way in the back as well. Logan Best. So this is a wild first lap or two, but look at that. He comes through the smoke to 75 of Evan Ferry. So this, another rider down midway through that big sweeper. Tough spot to be in. These guys are coming at you full speed. Yeah. Another rider down here. There's a 51. You just saw him blazing past. Finnis is way in the back, folks. So this is a wild turn of events here, but it's good news if you're the Evan Ferry camp. Here comes Evan Ferry. He's got Colin Allen right behind him. And here we go, 1 lap in the books, the 75 out of Florida. The Dade City Assassin. He's taking over for RJ Hampshire there. The 95 Logan Best mid-pack.
While Logan Best is buried back there as well, back in the 13th place position.
Yep, he's got Landon Peppard, who brought us up our goodie tray yesterday of all the fresh Alaskan animals they had. Pretty much every animal they had.
Salmon and elk.
There's beef jerky of some sort of spread. Salmon spread. Oh, there is the 75. He's dragging Colin Allen along with him. We do not see the 51 anywhere inside that top 21, and that is off the track. Ferry goes off the track, re-enters. So the 10 Commandments a little wet, maybe?
Yeah, I would say that probably has a little bit to do with
that. There's a rider, he goes down. Everybody has to kind of figure out a way around him.
By the way, Finnis is in the 22nd place position, just to give you an update where the 51 machine lies after lap number 1.
Man.
He's looking at a 1:2:22 that would score him 6th overall right now.
Well, we expect that to change, but there's the 95 of Logan Best. He's sitting with 3.513 scores. Holy cow, big change there in the scoring with that crash there. Some guys having to check up. I'm not sure if Finesse was caught up in that, but I'm sure he was a part of the collateral damage.
I think Best was 13th, but he was very close to Smurden and Kanigher there for the top 10 and 11 spots, and actually Bassarello there as well. So
there's Finesse flying around your screen around the outside there. So every time I see him, it's just a blur around the outside of the screen. Can barely make his number out. So your leaders into the finish line turn. It's Evan Ferry. He made it through those first few turns. We talked about that. You get to Storyland and you can kind of take a breath there. You made it through the wilder portions of the opening lap. So we're tracking the number 95 of Best. Where's he at, Robbie. Hey, Robbie.
He has made his way up into 10th place, and that's what I was thinking. That's what we're looking at there. He gotten around the 33 of Dominic Bassarello there. And Stevens, Kanigher, Phineas is up to 14th, by the way, now. So that puts him in 4th overall. With
14th place. He was about 3 from last. He was in 22nd last lap. He's now in 14th. That's why it's so blurry. You just can't keep up with the guy.
Yeah,
Let's see if we can't track the progress of our 14th place rider on the KTM, the number 51. He just turned a 1:59, which is the second quickest lap out on the racetrack. There's the 44. There's Best. He should be coming up right behind Best on that blue Yamaha. You should see Finnis on the 97s just in front of him, or the 37.
That top 21 overall, only 2 riders are sub 2 minutes. It's Evan Ferry, your leader, and Mark Phineas, 14th place.
There we go. We found Finnis. We'll try to follow him along on that number 51 machine. He's got Landon Peppered a couple of spots in front of him. Now he's already got him there. Is Finnis just making passes in bunches. Look at this kid go. An Orange Brigade rider out of Indiana. And he is in a big, big deficit here. And he's going to work, though. There's the Yamaha rider, Best, right in front of him.
Yeah, he's really laying it down there. That puts Finnis now up close to a top 10 position, if not into the top 10 now.
Logan Best trying to make those passes, too. He's got a lot of work to do. Our cameramen are trying to keep up with this. It's a wild one here. There is the 51 again. Finnis, he had a 1-2 moto score going into this third final moto. A crazy first lap. Finds himself 3 from the back. That's where I counted him at, about 37th place. He comes through the first lap, 22nd, then 14th. Now he's inside the top 10.
Wow, so here we go as we wrap up lap number 3. Farias through, Colin Allen through, Jordan Renfro third place, Bryce Shelley fourth, J.J. Willoughby is 5th, Trevor Collip, Crocker Myers in 6th and 7th, Wyatt Creighton is 8th, Noah Smurden in 9th, Noah Stevens 10th, Logan Best drops back to 11th, and Finnis is 12th, so that's the battle for 11th right now we're watching.
Right by the mechanics area. Finnis shaking his head. He was trying to get going here. He is sizing up Logan Best. Best goes inside. Finnis has the preferred line on the outside. Can he stick the pass? There he goes. Just blows right past. There's 2 riders he picks up. There's 2 riders he picks up. He picks up 3 riders. He's about to get 4 going into the 10 commandments. He's passed 3 riders in 1.5 straightaways. So Finnis on the hunt, folks. He'll triple, double out. And Logan Best, throw a rope around him, dude. He'll drag you right to the front with him. He's going to pick up another one here. Assuming that rider goes outside, he'll tuck it underneath him. And this is a lot of fun to watch this kid go to work at his expense. Unfortunately, had a rough start, but fun to watch him march through.
Yeah, these are the kind of rides. I mean, I've said it before. The rides up front are enjoyable to watch, but it's when you see a rider coming from behind, racing with the heart and the determination and the desire to move forward. That is what a great race is made of.
A great lap being put forth by the number 75, Evan Ferry, the fastest lap on the racetrack. He's got the preferred line everywhere he goes.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a 4.5 second lead over Colin Allen, who's doing some work there too. And that KTM is bouncing all over the place, and Finnis could give a rat's behind where it is. He is just a madman right now.
I can't believe that Finnis is still sub 2 minutes trying to work his way through all these riders. He's
not in any good line. He's having to go out by the bleachers, knocking hot dogs out of people's hands. The line's taking him so far outside.
Yeah, I have to wonder what kind of lap time is he going to turn if he can actually have choice of lines throughout the entire race course.
He's working on another rider, the number 84, almost runs him off the racetrack. There's no love lost here, guys. When you get up inside the top 10, these kids are very talented, and Finnis is finding that out.
Finnis now into the number 9 position as he gets around Noah Stevens, and now the 8 position.
Yeah, he'll jump right there. The number 44 trying to move forward. That's Noah Smurden. Finnis going to key on him now. Past the mechanics here. Hey, we saw Levi Kitchens come through the field a few motos ago. We thought it was over for him.
Right. Yeah, Kitchen was able to salvage a lot out of that moto as well. And right now, Smurden is the next victim, it appears.
He got him.
Of Finnis as he makes the pass going into the Cometic.
Oh, Smurden stands him up.
Yes, he does. Smurden
and almost goes down doing it.
Yeah, and you gotta tip the hat. I gotta give credit where credit's due. Smurden's been moving up too. He was running about 10th place there a couple of laps, so he's made up several positions himself. And I'm sure probably a little shocked to see Finnis coming by at that rate of speed.
Yeah, you feel like, man, I'm having a great moto. I'm doing some passes, man. I'm doing my thing, and then right by you. You're like, what the heck?
It almost looks like that Finnis is on a completely different planet right now. I mean, a completely different level. The speed that he is turning it amongst these riders, sub 2 minutes, and everybody else in the 201s and 203s. And again, that is not preferred line choice that he's doing those kind of lap times on.
Here comes Finnis. He's got about 3 riders right in front of him. And he, like I said, that bike will bounce all over the place. It's on the ground about half the time down the straightaway. So Finnis now will have to kind of pick that line, stick to it, getting those little slot car lines, see if it works for you.
Well, he's been riding at a fever pitch for nearly 10 minutes now since the drop of that gate. And Finnis, you have to wonder
He's got a top 5 finish right now. If he gets past Willoughby on the 17, that would be for 5th. There's 2nd, and then you got 3rd, 4th, and 5th right there in front of him. So Finis is on the move, makes that pass.
I mean, the biggest gaps he's going to have is that 6-second gap between 2nd and 3rd, and then another 7 up to the 1st place position. But nonetheless, this is a valiant ride by Mark Finis.
And all the while, Evan Ferry throwing down those sub-2-minute lap times himself. It looks like they're just jumping from the skies when they land in that shot right there. They just drop down. You don't even see them. Like jumping out of the heavens there on that jump. The tree kind of blocks the whole jump itself. Less than 10 minutes now here in this championship deciding moto. Evan Ferry looking outstanding. Colin Allen, fantastic ride for the Cookie Monster. 7 seconds back. Bryce Shelley in the 3 spot. Trevor Collop, Crockett Myers rounds out your top 5. Finis is 6th. JJ Willoughby 7th. Noah Smurden 8th. Wyatt Creighton 9th. Noah Stevens is 10th. Your leader comes past. Evan Ferry up and over that step up. Finis working on Crockett Myers. Myers not going to be an easy guy to get around. And there is Finis. Sure as I say that, he makes the pass. So Crockett Myers tries to go back. Right back at the number 51 of Mark Finis. No dice. Lays it into that left-hander right by the mechanics area. Finis is up to the number 5 spot. So Finis has to run down your leader. I'm not sure you're going to be able to do that. That would be 13, 14, about 15 seconds to try to make up on our leader, Evan Ferry. So we continue to watch the progress of the 51, the Orange Brigade Indiana rider, Mark Finis. Got his sights now set on Trevor Collop. Regardless of how this finishes out, a valiant effort there by Mark Finis.
Yeah, that right there, you know, again, not a championship, but a championship caliber ride. There's no doubt about it, to come from where he did, parts unknown basically, up to a 5th place position. That puts him in 2nd place overall. Can't really do anything any more than that unless he was able to get around Evan Ferry at this point. But again, like I said, it may not be the national championship, but that was a championship ride, or is a championship ride being put forth right now by the number 51.
The next rider is that 74 that Finis is trying to reel in. He's got about 6 more minutes to try to get a few passes put together. He's got to beat Evan Ferry straight up to get this overall. No other way around it. They were tied in points, 1-2 and 2-1 moto scores. He's closing in on the 74 though. Collop. Such different lines on the racetrack. All about momentum for Finis. Hey, right on the edge of the racetrack there. Collop on the 74 machine, Finis on the 51. You see, going down into the 10 Commandments now. Collop going to swing it around the outside. Finis will follow him. They'll double, they'll triple. They'll triple again. I could not do that ever to save my life, even if you removed all the jumps before and afterwards. Just a 3, not happening. All right, Finnis now going to change it up. Goes outside. Uses a slingshot technique.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I literally got to be a spectator right there for just a moment. I was just standing here just watching, actually. Finnis trying to reel in Trevor Collip right there. I mean, I'm still sub 2-minute lap times right now for Finnis back there in the number 5 spot. And he's still moving forward.
He's getting it done. And his gear is going to need some shout. You're going to have to shout it out. Hang on. His gear is so dirty because he sat behind 37 riders. He started way back in the pack. And here comes Finnis. Good Lord, he blitzed that little left-hander. He'll swing wide again, crisscross the lines. Bring it right back at the number 74 of Collip. He looks over, sees him. They're going to send it over that jump. Goodness gracious. Well, Finnis will make that pass.
2 lap board, I think, coming out on this one. But, you know, I got to say, you know, it's amazing when you see a rider. I mean, a lot of riders can ride their motorcycles fast.
Did you see how much time he just put on that one turn?
Exactly. Well, and this lends to the point I'm making. Finnis has literally become one with the machine. They are one unit out there on the track. I mean, you look at all the greats, and that's the way it is. And it looks like Finnis is on that road to maybe some greatness himself, the way he's laying these laps down out here.
I think they've done so much work, so much riding that he's not even thinking about it. It's just all happening naturally. When you say being one with the bike, it's kind of a hippie-ish way of saying he's really dialed in. He's not even thinking about what he's doing. It's just all naturally happening. He's not sitting there, let me clutch it twice, let me slide up on the tank.
Oh, no, there's no thought.
Let me do this. No, he's just wide open. The speed comes extremely natural to him. And hey, if you're looking for just raw speed, the kid's got it. Mitch Payton talked about it. Because I'll take a guy that can sprint and be the fastest guy on the racetrack over a guy that's, you know, decent, but whatever. He goes, I like raw speed. I can train that. I mean, you can't train raw speed is what he was saying.
Right. Well, there it is. I mean, he's got it right there. There's no doubt about it. Up to 4th place position. He was at the end of the last lap, 3.9 seconds behind Bryce Shelley, but he had slowed down to a 2:01 in that battle to Trevor Collip.
So here comes that race for the number 2 spot with Shelley and Colin Allen. So he might be able to get up there and bang bars with these 2 guys. Colin Allen holding on to what is going to be his best finish of the week. And you can see Finnis right there behind him. You guys start battling just a little bit, you're going to have to deal with this guy on the KTM. Colin Allen, great job here for the EBR Yamaha ride.
You know, it's one thing to be able to come from the back of the pack and almost last in the pack and pass all the way up through the pack like this. But when you do it in a class like this 125cc 12 to 17 BC class, that's saying something even more.
He got past for the moment. Allen going to have to try to sprint around the outside. Oh, he's already looking behind him.
Yeah.
White flag is out. You boys are about to have to deal with Mark Finnis. The 51 will be right there with you in just a moment if you want to save a seat at the table.
Well, I will say this. Colin Allen still holds on to 3rd place overall. He may have done the math himself, so wondering where the next guy was, knowing that wouldn't really hurt his overall.
Look how quickly Finnis has caught them. And there is the champ. He's going to go 2-1-1. He's got a very comfortable 9-second lead. He threw down the fastest lap of the race. So you want to talk about speed? He's got the speed as well. He's got the starts. He's got the technique. He's steady. Can't say enough good things about Evan Ferry.
And seasoned as a 125cc rider also.
There's something to be said for kids that can ride these bikes. We've kind of skipped over these. We went from the Super Minis right to 250Fs, and I believe you are a much better rider. If you can ride a 125 correctly, you can ride a motorcycle correctly.
I absolutely agree with that. I mean, I think it ought to be maybe a mandatory
take a stop through that class.
I think everybody should. I mean, even in the off-road racing world, we've got the 125s, and they proved to be a very good stepping stone classes. As Evan Ferry makes his way around this final lap, these final moments of the 125 12 to 17 BC class in search of an AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship.
Finnis has gotten Colin Allen. He's still working out there, folks. He's going to work until that bell rings and he clocks out.
Heading into the heart of Loretta Lynn's as we head for the Thor sweeper around Polysport Pond. You get one final look at the last turn, and Evan Ferry making his way in and into the pages of Loretta Lynn's history.
The race for the number 2 spot. There is your champ, Evan Ferry. Finish will race all the way around. He gets pushed off into the fence. The bike is in the fence. Finish got smashed into that fence by the number 9. He blew him right off the racetrack. So Finish will not finish this moto. The caution flags are out. Finish did not let up. He was around the outside. The number 9 had control of the line.
That thing is wrapped up in the fence, and fans helping
Finish
get
is
it out
back
of the
up.
fence.
Look at that. He says, wow, I'm going to finish this moto. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's getting back up slowly. I'll tell you right now, that right there was a ride. Mark Finish, really impressive. Regardless of what the finish is on that one right there was a very impressive ride by Mark Finish. This is the way it finishes, though. Evan Ferry will take the win and the national championship, with Bryce Shelley finishing second and silver this moto. Colin Allen will take the bronze in the moto. Trevor Collip in 4th. J.J. Willoughby 5th. Crockett Meyer 6th. Noah Smurt in 7th. Wyatt Creighton in 8th. Noah Stevens in 9th. And Trevin Nelson will round out the top 10 as we head down to the podium, and celebrations ready to begin for another national champion.
Well, here it is. Yes, we will indeed crown. We got 2 125 classes out here, essentially. One is Schoolboy 1 and one is 125 BC. For the first time, Evan Ferry will emerge as a national champion here at Loretta Lynn's Ranch. It was a must-win situation with him and Finish tied going into the final moto. Evan Ferry comes out on top, and with it, he's your champion. Let's hear it for Evan Ferry. Well, there's going to be some talk. First of all, what happened at the start? What did you see?
Dude, I don't know. I came out and had a horrible jump, and I just slid all around the place, and then came out around like 2nd or 3rd corner, just held it on as long as I could, and then after that, honestly, I don't even remember what I was doing.
Is that good or bad?
It's probably a good thing. Got a pretty good flow, around like 2nd, 3rd lap, and then after that, kind of rode my own race, and then tried to get as much space behind me as I could, and then from there, just kind of set it on cruise control.
You were really strong last year, didn't get titles, and now you're a championship guy. What has changed over the last, say, 2 years for you at Loretta's?
I just kept getting stronger and working really hard, and got second last year, and I wasn't going to have it go the same this year.
Who do you want to thank, Evan?
I want to thank the whole Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Factory Racing team, everybody that came out to watch me, Scuba, Pat, Murphy, Motor X, FMF, Fly, Scott, Parker McCollum, Factory Effects, Arrow, Garnet, and Dunlop, and Pro Taper, and everybody else that got me here.
All right, here we go. We're going to bring Mike Burkeen from the AMA. He's got the number 1 plate, and we will present a 125 national championship to Evan Ferry. Yeah, there we go. Lots of photos and a video of this one, a breakthrough first title for this rider. And we'll talk to Bryce Shelley, who finished up in 2nd, and Colin Allen, a good ride as well. And then we'll do some champagne. 2nd place, come on up. All right, let's hear it for our 2nd place finisher in the moto, Colin Allen. I thought I had you in 3rd at one point. What to take me through that moto? How'd you end up 2nd?
Yeah, I only finished 4th. My first moto I went 5-4 and then another 4. So I really don't know how I ended up 3rd. I guess there was a matchup somehow, like something mixed up back there, and I don't really know about it. I'm just stoked that I'm up here.
Were you 3rd in the moto? 4th in the moto. We're just doing motos. Anyway, who do you want to thank?
First of all, I gotta thank God. I prayed to Him so much, and He has not let me down, and I cannot thank Him enough. I gotta thank my mom and dad, the entire EBR crew, all of SOB, such amazing people, Matt Toth, Matt Bishelia, Jenna, Evolution Dog Wash, 100%, Answer, EBR, Monster, Dunlop, Tucker, VP, Recluse, Bills, EVS, Matrix, Sycra, Rhino Power, Yamaha, and everyone else. Thank you so much.
Here we go. Let's hear it for Colin Allen. You got third. All right, yes. Colin Allen thinks he got fourth. He got third in that moto. Now, let's talk to the rider who did get second place and does get the silver, the number 9, Bryce Shelley. Lots of action. Riders are not even knowing where they're finishing. All right, Bryce, solid run for second. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I got off to a decent start, made my way to the front pretty fast, but Colin was trying to get up there in second, and it took me like almost the whole motor to catch him. But once I got to him, I got around him pretty quick, and just stayed there and finished strong in second.
Who do you want to thank?
The Lord Jesus Christ, my mom and dad, Pop and Graham, Fred, Steven at VPE, Shift, Fox, Mobius Braces, Club MX, my girlfriend Abby, Brooklyn, my sister, KPS, and Dan Smith, and everybody else. Thank you so much.
All right, there it is. Second in the moto is Bryce Shelley. We will give the bronze to Colin Allen, and almost done here. Jeremy Willoughby is actually your whole shot winner. Here we go. And we send a congratulations out to Jeremy Willoughby with your Stasic Whole Shot Award. How'd you pull that?
I don't know. I didn't even get a good jump, but it came out good, I guess.
Never know in that crazy first turn. Who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad. Happy birthday to my mom. Love you guys. I'd like to thank the Pascal family for everything they do to help out. Rob Amondi, X-Brand Goggles. My friends and family, they all help a lot, but thank you all.
All right, there it is. Good job, Jeremy Willoughby, with the whole shot. You take